And every second from that on, girl, you know you've held my poor heart captive. There was something in your eyes, something in that smile that lit a spark and set my soul on fire. And since that day, I've been yearning for the call, the sign that I've been waiting for. Ooh, baby, I am longing
It's warm, it's hot, it's sunny, and it is going to be another fantastic day of racing. Welcome back, everybody, to day 2 of this incredible F4 Spanish and Euro Cup 3 weekend at Paul Ricard in the south of France. It's 26 degrees, it's blue skies, it's bright sunshine, perfect weather conditions for motorsport in summer in the south of France. Scott Woodward's here to guide you through all the action. We'll hear from Alex Garcia on this English stream very shortly as well. And after an entertaining day yesterday, saw Thomas Strauven take another victory, his 5th of the season and his 4th in a row. He'll be aiming to add 2 more to make it 6 on the bounce and try and complete another hat-trick like he did at Portimao a few weeks ago. We're already going past the halfway point in the season with this weekend. And of course we have Jerez, the Valencia circuit, and the Catalonia-Barcelona circuit at the end of the season in the middle of November to finish things off. And after yesterday's race, is Thomas Strauven, who is further in the lead in the points. He now has a lead of 67 points over Jan Brzezowski in 2nd, and René Lammers in 3rd. Ian Eichmans, who picked up a podium yesterday, in 4th, and Renaud Franco, the Dutchman, in P5. Now, we had qualifying this morning, which has put Jan Brzezowski onto pole position for both of the races that are taking place today. That increases his pole streak to 4 pole positions in a row for Jan Brzezowski. He is the one-lap specialist at the moment in Spanish F4, and he'll be hoping that he can put himself into a good position for today's race. So the Paul Ricard circuit, they're using what essentially is the current Grand Prix circuit for Paul Ricard. It's known as Circuit 1C V2, which has been its current configuration since 2019. It uses the chicane Nord on the middle of the Mistral Straight, one of the longest straights in motorsport if it's unbroken. And this circuit has certainly been used as an F1 testing venue before, but being used more regularly for single-seater and GT and national and local racing, as well as some top international races. Of course, GT World Challenge comes here for its annual 6 hours of Paul Ricard. Usually a great warm-up for the Spa 24 hours, which is taking place next weekend. But that's sports cars. This is single-seaters. And we've got a strong field of some 30-plus F4 machines ready to get rumble here for their 2nd race of the weekend at Paul Ricard. A reminder what happened yesterday, as you mentioned, Thomas Strauven taking victory. He's the 6th of the season, and his 5th of the season, 4 in a row now after winning all 3 at Portimao. But he held off his fellow Belgian Ian Eichmans to take 2nd place. Jan Brzezowski picked up 3rd in the end ahead of Nathan Tighe, who was 4th. That was his best result from Aragon early in the season. And in 5th position, René Lammers, the son of former Formula 1 driver and 1988 Le Mans winner for Jaguar, Jan Lammers, in P5. So after yesterday's result, looking at the point standings, it's 196 points to Thomas Strauven. He leads now from 129 for Jan Brzezowski. René Lammers is 3rd, 122. And it's then Ian Eichmans in 4th and Renaud Franco in 5th. But what we'll do is we'll come back to that shortly. I think we can hear now very shortly from our roving reporter, Alex Garcia, who I believe has an interview with us down on the grid. Well, here is Alex on the grid as well. Alex,
Hi
good
again,
to see
Scott.
you.
And yes, hi, Scott, again. Yes, it is pretty hot in here as we were expecting it. Perhaps we will have a little bit less of a heaty temperature compared to yesterday. And we are waiting because we will be able to bring you some words. I'm just waiting to make sure that we have him available. But we should have, if we can move around a little bit, we can gather our guest for today. And that is Ben Veilly, the Belgian former racing driver. But Ben, hello. Other than I was introducing you, I was saying former racing driver, but of course now applying that expertise on the younger generations, which is always an exciting venture to be part of, isn't it?
Yes, sure. I mean, I was racing a long time ago now already, and I've been coaching kids since 2015 as a professional, and now managing Thomas. So. And I can always bring a little extra because I've been in the cars myself. But yeah, so far so good.
So how does one manage these drivers who are going through the same stories, mindsets, problems that you already went through? How does one apply that?
I mean, you're good or you're not good. That's the first thing. So, and then comes all the details. So my job is really to make sure he's in the right environment, he makes the right decision, and help him guide, because there's a lot of different information. So guide him through the process. That's.
Also important to choose the right place to to thrive as a young driver, because not all championships, of course, are born equal, and making the right decision is also a key part of driver development.
Yeah, that's you're right. And with Campos, I mean, I've been working with them in the past, with George Kelstrup, with different drivers in F1 Academy, and I'm really confident with them. They're doing a fantastic job. Thomas feels great with the team. As a manager, I cannot get stuck only with one team, obviously, but with them, we feel very comfortable.
And so far, so good, isn't it?
Yeah, really good. He's done the triple in Portimao. Here, he did really good yesterday, managed the tires. And now we see what we can do from third place, but he's very confident and we have the speed, so let's see.
All right, Ben, thank you very much. Good luck for the rest of the weekend, and try to be protected from the heat.
Thanks, Alex. Bye-bye.
Thank you. So as we were saying, that is Ben Veilly, the manager and coach from Thomas Strauben, and who is, of course, in charge of other young drivers around Europe, and who is giving us a good lesson on what it takes to make sure that drivers are well assessed, well advised, and that they are in the right environment. And let me tell you, Scott, I think that right now the Formula 4 Spanish Championship is definitely one of the best places to be in if you're a racer, a young racer in Europe, because with over 30 cars on the grid, there's little few places that can give you more dime for your money.
I can't disagree, and also you look at the diversity in nationalities. You've not just got a bunch of Spanish drivers on the grid, you've got Belgian, Netherlands, Poland, US drivers, Portugal, Brazil, there's British drivers in there, drivers from Lebanon, Armenia, and there's a good Argentinian contingent in here as well, Korea, Austria, even Angola as well. We look at the Renzo Campos. It's not just a Spanish F4 championship. It truly has an international flavour to it, with so many different talents, so many nationalities involved in this championship. It really is a beacon of diversity for different nationalities in junior motorsport at the moment. It really is in a good spot.
Exactly, and some people, Scott, sometimes they mention and they say, well, this is Spanish Formula 4, it should have more Spanish drivers. And I think this is where some people are missing the mark, because the fact that this is the Formula 4 Spanish Championship, it relates to where it's basically based, where most of the teams are coming from, and of course, where the racetracks, most of the racetracks are going to be based at. But it doesn't mean that it's only open for Spanish drivers, of course. And as you mentioned, it is one of the most diverse, if not the most diverse Formula 4 championship around the world. So this is always a point of pride for the championship, because it's also allowing people from all over the globe to come and race and learn and develop as a driver, which is, I think, pretty much the main goal of this kind of series.
Certainly is. Well, gracias, mi amigo, que te va bien once again, and we'll see, I'm sure, in pit lane at the end of the race for what's certainly going to be a very entertaining 25 minutes, I think, in store as well for this one. Cars are off on their formation lap, so we're going to get sorted for the grid in a few moments' time, just to confirm that this is going to be one of the shorter races. I think it's going to be, yes, 25 minutes. You get slightly less points for a 25-minute race. Basically, it's one position less that gets points, but you move them up. So you don't get 25 points for a win. You get 18 points for a victory, then 15 for second, 12 for third, and then 10, 8, 6, 4, 2, 1. So you get points now from first to ninth rather than first to 10th. And it is also a point for the fastest lap on top of that too. So the field then making its way down the Mistral Straight on this formation lap. We'll take you to the grid as by the results of qualifying from this morning. And on pole position, as we mentioned, Jan Przowski, who was starting from the front row of the grid on pole. They should be alongside him by the look of it. I think it should be Thomas Strauben on the front row alongside him. I'll double check as they come towards the screen in front of me here. No, it's Ian Eichmann's, in fact. There's been a switch around of order. I don't think the qualifying order we have here is exactly what it should be in front of my screen, but I'll go over what's on the timing screen here. So Jan Przowski on pole position with Ian Eichmann's alongside him on the front row. Then Thomas Strauben and Nathan Tye on the second row. He starts from fourth for Rodin Motorsport. Then it's René Lammers and Juan Cota for an all-MP Motorsport third row, followed by an interesting qualifying good effort to get up into seventh on the grid for Alfio Spina, the Italian driver for TC Racing, which is Thibaut Courtois' outfit. He starts seventh alongside Vivian Cantham for Campos Racing. Top 10 completed by René Franco and Noah Montero, the son of former F1 driver and TCR star Tiago Montero. Miguel Costa and Nicolas Schaufler then come next from Hugo Schwartz and the 48 car, which is of Gino Trapper from Argentina. But it's Chris El Fagali, who picked up an excellent result yesterday in the top 5. Andre Petrovic, followed by Matthias Rieber. Then it's the number 39 next on the grid, which is of Santino Panetta. Then it's Fiorentino and Bastarrica on the 10th row of the grid for the top 20. Then Tugnon, Van Pad Bosch, Higgins, Lee, Jacobi, Suslov, Emma Felbermeyer, Dobzhansky and Campos of the top 29 out of a 33-car grid. And it should be an excellent race. So 25 minutes plus 1 lap awaits our F4 Spanish drivers. And if Thomas Strauven wants to make it 6 wins for the season and 5 in a row, he's going to have to do it from 3rd place on the grid in car number 99. He starts directly behind Jan Przowski. Ian Eichmann's on the front row alongside him. And so this could be a pretty fascinating contest at the front, particularly if Przowski can get a good start. Now, we have seen so far this weekend that being on pole position doesn't necessarily give you the best platform for the start, because the racing line is pretty much on the inside where the front row is on 2nd place. So I think potentially if Eichmann gets a good start here, he could beat Przowski away, because there seems to be more grip on the inside of the circuit where the racing line is as you head down towards turn 1 compared to on the outside where there could be more dust and dirt being kicked up. So keep an eye on the front row and the cars from the inside of the first few rows. That could be Eichmann's, Ty, Kota and Cantham. They could be getting some good starts here to pick themselves up the order. All set then for 5 red lights. Race 2 of the weekend for F4 Spanish Championship. Paul Ricard, lights out, we're underway. And as I anticipated, Eichmann's does get the better start, but also a good start for Thomas Strauven from the 2nd row of the grid. And as I predicted would happen, Eichmann's has gone to a lead from the front row. A better start. And into 2nd place, I think it looks like has gone Strauven. Has he gone through? The answer is yes, I think he has. One car's way off the way of the back. It's one of the MP Motorsport cars. I can't quite tell exactly who it is, but they head their way down towards the complex of corners for the first time. The Virage de la Hotel. And then Virage du Camp right at the top end of the circuit before they wind their way onto the Mistral straight for the first time. And it looks like it's going to be Eichmann's that leads, Strauven in 2nd place, Przowski's in 3rd, and Nathan Ty in the Rodin Motorsport car in 4th position. Juan Cota's up to 5th, so he's made up a couple of places from where he began. As the 33-strong field winds its way out of Saint-Baume and onto the Mistral straight for the first time. Ian Eichmann's trying to break the toe early as they head down the back straight, but Strauven is up into 2nd place then. Przowski under attack from Ty, who's looking this way and that. Przowski right to the inside line to defend, so Ty thinks, right, you're going to make it that difficult, I'll just sail around the outside of you then. And into the chicane north he goes. Brilliant pass from the Brit from Sheffield, and he goes up into 3rd position. One car skipped the chicane in the background. Might have been one of the Campos cars as well. Didn't catch exactly who it was. I'll see who's possibly around there. Maybe Noah Montero could have skipped the chicane. Or could have been maybe one of the MP Motorsport cars. Either way, side by side for what's still 3rd position. As now Przowski fights back on the outside line. They almost touch wheels on the approach to the right-hander at Debose. And Przowski's not going to give this one up. He keeps the outside line. If he can stay there for the next corner, which is a left-hander going towards Virage de Bondor, he can keep himself in 3rd position. But it looks as though that Ty's got the line and the position. So Nathan Ty up into 3rd place. Chasing after 2nd place man, the championship leader, Thomas Strauven, who's looking for his 6th win of the season and his 5th in a row after taking the last 4 unbroken. All 3 wins at Portimao, the win of race 1 yesterday, and started from 3rd on the grid, up to 2nd already, and looking to put himself in front of his fellow Belgian Ian Eichmann's, who were pretty much in a lockstep all the way through yesterday in race 1. Several cars running wide at the exit of the final corner, Virage Dupont. But at the end of lap number 1, it is Eichmann's that leads, Strauven in 2nd place. It's Ty in 3rd, Kota 4th, Przowski 5th, and side by side as Juan Kota goes round the outside of Przowski for 4th position. And the Spaniard trying to edge out the pole here as they come down towards the sprint to Virage de l'Hotel. And has the MP Motorsport driver got the move done? We'll see as they come into view. Is it orange or white? It's undecided. It's still side by side in towards Virage du Camp. And they're side by side behind between René Lammers and Vivian Canthon, who's 2nd in the rookie category behind the current overall race leader, Ian Eichmann's. So plenty of scraps going on in the top 10 already, but the top 3 trying to make a break at this early stage. Eichmann, Strauven and Ty. But look at the attempt to break the toe from Juan Kota. And is that Przowski? I don't think that's a problem, just him moving out of the toe. And what's happening alongside him, because he has no one to draft with, he's coming under threat from both René Lammers and Vivian Canthon. And he's lost 2 places down the back straight. So both Canthon and Lammers have squeezed past. And it's down to 7th place. And he started the lap pretty much in 4th. So 3 places lost for the Polish driver. A couple of cars, one car also skipping the chicane again. Might be one of the Polo Motorsport cars, I think, that's gone through the chicane, but winds its way through without any dramas. And Eichmann's already 7 tenths away. As we see now side by side, this is Canthan battling with Lammers. They've both cleared Przowski. Now they're in their own private battle for 5th position. Przowski getting back into this, and also so too is the 8th position car number 11. That's Rene Franco in the first of the KCL MP Motorsport cars. That's kind of the secondary team or satellite squad for MP Motorsport. Out of Virage de Bondor, round the long arcing Courbe de Galabin and into Virage de la Tour, where they'll go a little bit wider to go to the pits if they need to, but thankfully everyone should be staying on track trouble-free. And through the tightest corner on the circuit, Virage DuPont, they turn their way back onto the pit straight. And Nathan Tighe is going side by side for second place. I thought he was in front on the timing screen. It's wheel to wheel between the championship leader and Nathan Tighe for second position, down towards turn 1 at Est la Verrerie. And Tighe's got through. So Nathan Tighe then, the Brit from Sheffield for Rodin Motorsport, is into second position and also has the fastest lap of the race. That's the first proper flying lap, mind you. 2 minutes 7.429. Now, can Nathan Tighe start to chase after Ian Eichmans? Well, he can't do it for a moment because the safety car has been deployed. Here's possibly one of the reasons. That's one of the Technicar by Amtog machines. Lost its front nose, trying to make up a number. It's 32 that's lost the nose section. And 32 gets back out there is Victor Dobzhansky. So that's one of the Technicar by Amtog machines. So safety car deployed. Now, if he's tangled with anyone, I'll have to wait and see if there has been anyone else that's dropped down the order. Now, Noah Montero has only completed 1 lap. And another driver that's also quite far down the order is the 71. That is the GRS team driver from Armenia, Daniel Delakian. I think there on the right-hand side is Noah Montero's car. So sadly, Noah Montero, the young Portuguese driver, son of former F1 racer Tiago, has hit strife somewhere. And I'm not going to piece 2 and 2 together, but there are signs that potentially both Montero and Dobzhansky have come together. But rather than speculate, we'll let the clerk of the course decide if there was anyone at fault and if those two were directly involved. So the safety car waits patiently to pick up the leader, Ian Eichmans. We can look at the current running order with 18 minutes and 45 seconds plus a lap to go. It is Ian Eichmans who leads the way for MP Motorsport. Second place for Nathan Tighe. Third place for Thomas Strauven, the championship leader. Fourth for Juan Cota, who heads the next group of cars in the second of the MP Motorsport machines. Rene Lammers is 5th. Another car being pushed backwards is the 71. And that's what we talked about, Daniel Delakian, the Armenian driver, also with problems. He's out of the race too. That's a shame. GRS still have 1 car in the show in this race. That's the Slovenian Alexandra Bogunovic. Bogunovic is down in 26th position, being sandwiched by 2 of the XR cars, Stefan Suslov, the Swedish driver, and number 15, which is Ricardo Baptista, who's in the car, who's making his debut of the championship this weekend, and taking over the car that Eddie Robinson drove at the opening round at Aragon. I think that was a bit of a warm-up. There was a couple of drivers, I think, used the opening round at Aragon as a little bit of a warm-up, a pre-season warm-up before they made their debuts in Euro Cup 3. So the safety car picks up the leaders. So in the order then, as we talked about, we got down to Juan Cota in 4th position. Rene Lammers is 5th. So 3 MP Motorsport cars in the top 5. Vivian Canthan's come up to 6th. This is quite interesting. Vivian Canthan, who is in the number 2 machine. That is the American driver for Campos Racing. He's the best placed. He's the second place car from the Campos camp because Thomas Strauven's in the Griffin Corps by Campos car. But the first of the cars entered under purely Campos Racing is Canthan. And Vivian, who has so far at the moment come into the week, he's currently 12th in the points. Hasn't scored a podium yet. His best result so far was a pair of 5th positions in the first 2 races at Aragon. And since then, he's hovered around the top, in around the top 10. He's taken 4 more top 10 finishes. A couple at Navarra and 2 at Portimao last time out. He was 13th yesterday in race 1. So not quite the same sort of pace he was hoping, but he is running now at the moment in 6th position. So if he can take P6, then that will certainly be his best result since race 1 at Portimao. Rest of the top 10 behind him. Jan Przowski started on pole. He's down to 7th. So the Polish driver had a lot of work to do to get himself back up the order. Rene Franco is 8th. A shout out also to Alfio Spina, the Italian, who has had a best result of 6th position, but that's his only top 10 finish. He's currently 9th for TC Racing, so that's a really good result so far for the team owned by the goalkeeper Thibaut Courtois, who, of course, from Belgium and still applies his craft for Real Madrid. And then Miguel Costa, the Brazilian driver, in car number 5 for Campos Racing, rounds out the top 10. Other notable drivers who are outside the top 10, I can mention Chris El Fagali, who scored a very excellent 6th position yesterday, has a podium to his name from Portimao, and he's certainly going to want to try and make a good run in the second half of this race. So safety car is in this lap, and so as usual, it will be Ian Eichmans who effectively becomes the safety car, in inverted commas. He now chooses when to restart this race. It's down to him to back up the pack and to choose when to put his foot down, but he knows that Nathan Tighe, who is really on his toes so far in this opening part of the race, if he can go with him and possibly put him under pressure for the victory. Eichmans has decided now's the time to go. It's a good run through the last couple of corners. They head on back onto the pit straight. They will see green lights and flags on the gantry. We're back to racing with just under 15 minutes plus 1 lap in this second F4 Spanish race of the weekend at Paul Ricard. Eichmans leads them across. So Eichmans, Tighe, Strauben, Kota, Lammers, Canthan, Przowski, Franco, Spina and Costa. That's the top 10. In towards the Verrerie S-Bend. There's René Lammers in car number 9, 5th position. Young Dutchman, son of former Le Mans winner Jan Lammers, who's also graced himself in F1 and touring cars and all sorts of different series over the past few years and decades. And now, of course, it's René's turn to make his mark on the world of motorsport. Into Virage du Camp. A little challenge there but from Vivian Canthan. He wants a top 5 finish. 5th is his best result, as I mentioned. 2 5th positions from the first 2 races at Aragon. Looking on his toes. One car running a little wide on the outside line. Battling one of the GRS cars. That might have been, I think that was Bogdanovic, maybe Baptista, battling one of the DXR machines. Down the Mistral straight towards the Nord chicane for the first time on the green flag again after the restart. Eichmans has Tighe just behind him by half a second. Strauben might be keeping his powder dry a little bit in this slightly shorter race. And remember, as one car skips the chicane, and again, trying to catch who that might have been. There's a bit of a shuffling around in the order. Who's up? And one car's off the road with damage. That's the 48 car that's gone around. And 48 is one of the DriveX cars. And that might well be possibly another safety car. That's Gino Trapper, the Argentinian, who's off the road. Damage to the left rear. Piece of the suspension was lying next to the car as well. So he's off the road. Now, is that going to be another call for the safety car? Because that car was pretty stranded. And yes, there it goes immediately. Safety car's been deployed again. And what's the phrase? Safety cars breed safety cars. And that one certainly did. And Gino Trapper, I think he's trying to get himself going again, but realising that there's quite an important bit that's not quite attached to the rear end of the car, and that's the left wheel. And a piece of the suspension that's also off that too, down to the drive shaft. So, safety car called into operation once again. No real change in the order. I was trying to work out which car it was that went skipping over the chicane. It was definitely possibly a Campos car or a Griffin Core car, one of the two. Maybe Miguel Costa. I don't think it was Przowski because he's come through still in 7th position. There was one car that seemed to slot in, and if he did go off the road, he didn't actually lose very much time. So the marshal's signalling they're going to need a bit of a tow to move this car out of the way. Big shout out again, as well as always, at any motorsport event, to our hard-working marshals. Now here's the replay. What happens? I think it happens out of shot. So whatever happened initially is out of shot of our camera, but the end result is Gino Trapper on the runoff area in the middle of the piece of tarmac, which they would use if there was no chicane. Straight. And to give us a bit of an insight with the interview, whilst under the safety car, let's go back down to pit lane and Alex Garcia. Alex, what have you got?
Hi again, Scott. I have no interview for you now, but I do have a little bit of an insight, which is when we saw that Drivik's car stop in the middle of the chicane, we could see, because we were talking to some of the mechanics here at one of the teams, they were mentioning that's a shaft that's out of the car, so clearly that's the damage that's leaving the car stranded. But also, we were listening to the frankly quite happy Rodin team, because they have been enjoying a good race so far with Nathan Ty running in that second position. And who knows, maybe he could challenge for that race win, provided we do not have many more safety cars. As you said, safety cars breed safety cars. We have 2 so far. Hopefully that's the last one.
Well, fingers crossed. It's been quite an entertaining race so far. One driver surprised me a little bit, Alex, is the fact that Jan Brzozowski started on pole. And I don't want to make the prophecy that I made exactly come true, but we've seen a theme, as I mentioned just before the start of the race as well, is that anyone starting on pole position has not made a good getaway, because typically the racing line, you move across to the right-hand side of the circuit where the second place spot on the grid is. And I think every single race we've seen so far, including that one, the start of this race as well, every single time the driver who started in second place on the grid, Alex, has got the better start and led pretty much into turn 1. I think it's because on the pole position side of the circuit, a lot more dust and dirt is being collected, so therefore it's not as grippy as it was before. So that's quite interesting that ultimately, I think it's one of those rare occasions, Alex, where you don't want to be on pole position in this circuit, because if you are, you might not get the best start that you're hoping for.
Exactly, this is all due to where the rubber is laid on the track, and as you very well explained, the left side, yes, is the inside for the first corner, but to be honest, that's not where most drivers are going to have the racing line. So of course, starting from the right side of the grid is actually a lot more beneficial, because you get more traction on those first crucial first meters. And we've seen none of the pole positions this weekend has been really used properly, and that's not due to driver mishandling of the situation. It's more rather than the situation is what it is. There's more dust, there's more dirt, there's less grip, and so drivers cannot do much more than that. So yes, I think starting from second place here is probably a lot more convenient for this time around.
So it seems that way. Gracias, Alex. I think your Spanish commentators require your presence on their feed, so we'll let you go for them. But thanks for the update from pit lane. Whilst we're underneath the safety car with just over 9 minutes and change plus a lap to go. So second safety car of the race. It's only a 25-minute race. Just a reminder, I was going to mention that there are reduced points for this race. You don't get 25 points for a win. You get 18. So 18 points for a win. Basically, what it's the top 10 scoring results from a 30-minute race. You just knock off the points that you get for 25 and move everything up one position. So it's the top 9 cars that score points rather than the top 10. So 18 points for a win, 15 for second, 12 for third, 4 for 10, 10 for fourth, and 8 for fifth position, then 6, 4, 2, 1. And still a point for fastest lap on top of that as well. So you do get a point for scoring the fastest lap, which is currently held by Nathan Ty. If he finishes where he is, that'll give him 16 points. That will take his total from where it sits currently into this race, 45, going up to 16 points. I'll do this on the fly. 61, that'll put him up to, and that'll actually leap him quite nicely, in fact. Of course, there'll be other drivers around him that will also score, but that'll do him quite some good favours. One driver it will leapfrog him ahead of is Noah Montero. He was behind him by 2 points coming into this race, but Noah Montero's retirement from the race early on that brought out the first safety car means that Nathan Ty could score big here. If he can even get himself a victory here, that would boost his total of points, provided he keeps the fastest lap, from 16 to 19, 18 points for the win plus the bonus point, and that will then give him, from 19 points, it will push him from 45 to 64. And that will certainly help him catapult up the table, potentially even near the top 5. You might even beat Juan Cota, although Cota is just behind him in 4th position. So if he does win, then Cota will still take 10 points. Leapfrog him, yes, it will. So it'll take him from 45 to 64, provided he wins. Now, if Ian Eichmans wins the race, that'll take him with 18 points from 93 to 111. So it'll keep him in 4th. It'll further cement him in 4th because he came into this race 40 points clear of Renault Franco. So I think this might well at least give potentially Nathan Ty the possibility, I think, looking at my mental calculations, using my GCSE maths, and it's funny because it's true, which is Nathan Ty going up from 8th to 5th potentially. So this could really throw him into contention if he gets a good score here. But it all depends on getting a good start, and indeed, of course, getting past Ian Eichmans on the restart. And saw that Ian could keep with the front runners. He kept with Thomas Strauven before. What it also means is that Thomas Strauven will be denied a chance to go 5 victories in a row, but it will keep up his 100% almost 100% podium record. I was about to say that he retired from race 1 at Aragon. He didn't, because he shows classified as 34th and not a retirement on the info screen I've got in front of me to the left-hand side of my feed. And above the second race at Aragon, every other race he's finished apart from that has been on the podium places. He's scored 5 victories, 2 third places and 2 seconds. If he stays where he is and can't get past Nathan Tyne and Ian Eichmann's, then it will give him a third place of the season. And still strong points, 12 more points to go to his tally. That will take his total at the moment from 196, breaching 200. He'll go to 208 and further extend his lead over Jan Przowski, who is only 7th. And so that will only give him for 7th place 4 points, which means it will take Przowski from 129 to 133, whereas it will be 208 points for Thomas Strauven. So safety car winding back in, and once again it's an early restart for Ian Eichmann's. He isn't hanging around, he wants to get this done, but he might give the chance for Nathan Tighe to stick with him, and he has. It's a decent reaction from Nathan Tighe, and rather than Strauven going with them, Nathan Tighe is right on Ian Eichmann's gearbox as they come out of Virage DuPont. Now, you can't pass and you pass the grease, but immediately you can see, look, trying to break the toe down the pit straight as we get restarted again at Paul Ricard. Nathan Tighe is on the challenge. He wants a first win of the season. I think it would even be a first career win in Spanish F4. He just darts out, has a look in the Rodin Motorsport car. Rodin would love a victory in this season. And if he can take a victory, he would make it the 3rd different team, because all the victories so far this season have gone either to Griffincourt, courtesy of Thomas Strauven or Jan Przowski, or René Lammers, who took 2 victories at Navarra. And that will mean, if you can make that happen, that was for MP Motorsport. So a 3rd different team winning this season would really help to increase the competitiveness. Ian Eichmann's, of course, as well, is an MP Motorsport driver, so he would add the 3rd victory to that squad. And wind the way out of Saint-Baume, back onto the Mistral straight. And again, you can tell a driver's not comfortable on the racing line. He knows he's under attack because he immediately goes to dart to the inside to break the toe. But Ty's gone with Eichmann's on this restart. Strauven hasn't really. And he's under threat potentially from 2 of the MP Motorsport squad. Kota and Lammers are on his tail. And how much they would love to take some points off the championship leader. Out of the chicane. Onto the second pass of the Mistral straight. Up towards Senior. This incredibly fast, flat-out right-hander. Imagine in a GT car, if you're going flat-out down the pit straight, you approach it at incredible speeds. But Ty is in lockstep with Eichmann's. Good run through Senior. Closes up a little more as he comes towards the right-hander at Debose. This ever-arcing right-hander that tightens up at the end of it on the exit. Back down to the left-hander of Virage de Bondor. And then Courbe du Garlaban, which is his long-arcing right-hander. That's the characteristic with Paul Ricard. It's got lots of different corner types, but very fast but long corners, which means you do put a lot of load onto the tyres left and right. And just looking behind the top 2, I think there's some pressure being applied to Strauven, who went a little deeper onto the inside line, defending for 3rd place. And Juan Kota is straight on the tail of the championship leader. Down the pit straight they come for the first flying lap under racing conditions again. 3 minutes and change plus a lap, and it's still Eichmann's who leads the way. There's some side-by-side going on at the bottom of the top 10. That would have been between, I think, Spina and Costa. Yeah, they were separated by 0.04 of a second over the line, and Spina has lost out to Costa. The Campos Racing driver up to 11th. Top 10 across the line. Eichmann's, Ty, Strauven, Kota, Lammers, Canthan, Przowski, Franco Elfagali's up to 9th in the DriveX car. He's the best of the DriveX racers in the field. And then Alvo Spina having a grand race in 10th. He won't score a point because, of course, points only go down to 9th in the 25-minute race. One car a little deep through the exit of Saint-Baume. Look at this. And it's changed for the lead. So changed for the lead. Nathan Ty's got through. It must have been down out of our sight going out of the Virage du Camp corner. Now they're side by side for the lead. Ike wants to have the outside line to get the side draft down towards the North chicane. Ty will go defensive if he can. He goes deeper on the brakes, holds his line to the chicane, and Nathan Ty puts the Rodin Motorsport car into the lead in race number 2 of Spanish F4 at Paul Ricard. The question now has to be, can he stay there? Because Ike will be on his tail, and watch for the cars behind in that following train. You've got, led by Strauven, Kota, Lammers, Canthan, Przowski, Franco, Elfagali's in there as well, in the Red Bull livery DriveX car. That is 3rd down to 9th, all on the tail of these drivers. And we saw a very frantic couple of laps in Euro Cup 3 yesterday. Could we see a photo finish towards the end here? Nathan Tye, the young Brit from Sheffield for Rodin Motorsport. Can he pick up a first win of the season for himself in the championship and for Rodin Motorsport in this category? How much would they love that? So, looking at the time they've got left, they're lapping at about the 2 minutes 7, so they're going to get 2 more laps this time by. Because, of course, the timer will hit 0 this time by, but you get another lap. And looking up the inside for second place there was Thomas Stroud, but he sensed an opportunity. Just put himself in the mirrors of his fellow Belgian, but that might have compromised his exit, because now as they come down the pit straight, Juan Cota and René Lammers will sense an opportunity. They're in the tow. Top 9 all together down the straight. Tye, Eichmann, Straubing, Cota, Lammers, Cantha, Brzozowski, Franco, El Vigali. Then a gap back to Spina. Schauffler's up to 11th place. He's split Costa and Spina, so Costa's lost 2 places since I last saw him on the timing screen. There's a big gaggle of cars also fighting for 13th backwards. That's Reba, Panetta, Petrovic, Fiorentino, and also in there too, not far behind, is Sasha Vantpad Bosch. Fetico by Amtog. Out of Virage du Camp. Through St. Bone. Now onto the Mistral straight once again for the second to last time. Now, is Eichmann's close enough to put Tye under pressure, or is he comfortable enough to stay on the racing line? The answer is, well, there's your answer. He's darting about from side to side. It's not blocking, he's simply just trying to break the toe. He's trying to force Eichmann's not to benefit from the hold he's punching in the air down the back straight, seeing as he hasn't got anyone to tow with. But how well could Nathan Tye here hold on to this victory? Nathan Tye, former European karting champion. He's raced at FI European, Zero British Vice Champion before, Kart Masters Grand Prix. Nathan Tye, just 16 years old, from Sheffield. And how much would he adore to have a first victory in this championship? Turns his way. He had a couple of podiums last year in Spanish F4. Did the entire season with Campos. And hasn't yet taken a victory in this championship, but he'd love to do so. He heads out through Courbe de Galaban. Back into the left-hander of Virage de la Tour. That very sharp right-hander of Virage Dupont. And there goes Straubing. Again looking up the inside of Eichmann's. Forces the Belgian to run wide, and Straubing might get a run here down the straight. And Eichmann's will have lost time defending from Straubing. You can see that the championship leader for Griffin Court trying to make the impact here. He won second place. He can be on the pit wall. It's side by side for second place. Straubing in white, Eichmann's in red, down towards Verrerie. Moving around the outside. The answer is no. Back in line, but Eichmann's now has got more to defend rather than attack. And is this the respite? Is this the break that Nathan Tye needs to go on to take his and Rodin's first victory in Spanish F4? They're watching intently on the live stream. Can he get it done? In towards Virage de l'Hotel, into Virage du Camp. He's away and clear because Eichmann and Straubing are so busy battling each other. He's now creating a gap. He's now 1.4, 1.5 seconds out in front. That's the toe broken. Nathan Tye now won't have to go to the inside to defend. He's got plenty of gap behind. And look, it's now Straubing having to defend or attack Eichmann's down the straight. But look at the cars behind going with him. The 2 MP Motorsport cars are in tandem. Look at that. It's almost an 8-wheeled MP Motorsport car. Here comes René Lammers going for 4th place. On the inside of his teammate Juan Cota. Down in towards the chicane. They're going to go side by side. How's that going to end out? Don't clash into each other, boys. Cota holds his line. Stays firm into 4th position. But Lammers is right on his gearbox on the exit of the corner. Now they're wheel to wheel again. I think it's Lammers on the outside, Cota on the inside. Top 3 look pretty settled, although Straubing is still putting Eichmann's under pressure. And Lammers has got it. Into 4th place he goes. Into senior, past his teammate. And now, look at Vivian Canthan. He wants a top 5. He's looking around the outside of Cota in towards the long right-hander of Debose. But you have to say, all that fighting has only benefited one man and one team. Nathan Tye and Rodin Motorsport. He comes out of Virage du Bon d'Or, through a Courbe de Galaban. It won't be 5 wins in a row or a 6th win of the season. It won't be a win for Eichmann's either, as he has another attack into the final couple of corners. That will go to the line. But what a moment for 16-year-old Nathan Tye from Sheffield. He will take his and Rodin Motorsport's first victory in Spanish F4. What a drive from Nathan Tye. Victory in race 2 of the weekend at Paul Ricard in Spanish F4. Nathan Tye does it. Brilliant stuff. And a photo finish to the line. And it was Eichmann's ahead of Straubing by 0.2 of a second in the end. Rene Lammers was 4th, and Juan Cota rounds out the top 5. Vivian Canthan 6th, Brzozowski 7th after starting on pole. He'll be disappointed with that. Then Rene Franco 8th, Chris Elfagali 9th, and Alfio Spina picking up a crucial top 10. And look at the celebrations in pit lane. That means a lot to Rodin Motorsport. They really wanted that one, and so did Nathan. And it's a real harmonious paddock, a lot of camaraderie in Spanish F4, and I'm certain that's going to be another popular win. Another new first-time winner in Spanish F4, and I'm sure any Brits watching are going to be absolutely delighted this morning because your boy's done it. I'm sure his family from Sheffield and any friends and colleagues and fellow racers he's been part of will certainly appreciate his efforts. And Nathan Tighe, who has done quite a lot in his career, he's raced at FIA Karting World Championship level. He was 2022 Champions of the Future winner in the OK category for Team Sodicart. And only made his debut in cars last year in the Formula Winter Series. Got a pole position for that. Spanish F4 race last year. Took 2 podiums, but it's his first victory. And you know what they say, the first one is always the sweetest. Also, Ian Eichmans takes some crucial points. He takes 2nd place and 15 points for his troubles. And Thomas Strauven, again, aside from the anomaly on his copybook in Aragon Race 2, once again keeps up that incredible run of podium finishes. Still in 3rd place, another trophy to take home to Belgium. But what a result for Rodin Motorsport and for Nathan Tighe. They will cherish that one for a long, long time. So let's just confirm quickly the results then as they come through to pit lane. Well, Alex Garcia will be down there waiting for our brand new winner, Nathan Tighe. So Nathan Tighe then takes victory by 2 seconds in the end. That's how much time the battle between Eichmans and Strauven cost them. It's 2 seconds that allowed Nathan Tighe to get out in front. Once they started battling, that was it pretty much. The fight was done. Eichmann 2nd, Strauven 3rd, Rene Lammers 4th, and Juan Cota rounds out the top 5. Vivian Canthan takes 6th from Jan Brzozowski in 7th place, Rene Franco in 9th, and Chris Elfagali and Alfio Spina rounding out the top 10. Nicolas Schaufler was best of the rest in 11th, from Miguel Costa in 12th, Matthias Rieber in 13th, Panetta 14th, Petrovic in 15th place, Fiorentino 16th, Hugo Schwartz 17th place. Then it's Sacha Van Pad Bosch in 18th, Campos 19th, and Tugnon in 20th. Then Higgins, Baztarika, Suslov, Lee, Begonovic, Jacobi, Monarca, and Emma Felbermeyer in 28th position. Followed by 29th, Dobzhansky, after he had issues earlier on. And Baptista also down the order as well. And also we had Gino Trapper, who lost out of the race after he had a collision and lost the suspension, a piece of drive shaft down on the Mistral straight at the chicane. It's then Delakian out of the race, and Noah Montero also brought out the first safety car as well. So out clamber both Ian Eichmans and Thomas Strauven, but we're waiting for the man of the moment to pull in. Haven't yet seen him yet, but I think he might be appearing very shortly. Here he comes. And there'll be a lot of celebrations, I'm sure, here, because pulling into victory lane for the first time, I think, actually, in his car racing career. This could be not just the first win in Spanish F4. I think it's the first win in cars altogether for Nathan Tighe, and you'll see, hopefully, how much that means to him. His engineer's there to congratulate him. The steering wheel comes off, lifts himself out of the car, and a brand new race winner in the F4 Spanish Championship. For the first time in the championship and his career, it is victory to Nathan Tighe. And he is delighted with that, certainly. Handshake and a hug. That means a lot. It means a lot to Nathan and the team. You can see all smiles down there. They love it. And he'll certainly appreciate that one. And as I mentioned, you never forget your first victory. And that was certainly one he remembers for a long, long time. And there might be a mixture of disbelief and euphoria that Nathan Tighe will feel. And as ever, what else would you do when you just won your first race? Pose by the number 1 board. And rightfully so. I don't think he can quite believe it. First victory. And I think he's just trying to take it all in. He's beaten the championship leader. He's beaten Ian Eichmans, who pushed him all the way. Thomas, that is. And he's a shake of disbelief. He can't believe he's won his first race. But talent speaks for itself. Nathan Tighe certainly done himself proud. He's done the UK proud. He's done Rodin Motorsport proud. He's done himself proud. And certainly that will give him bucketfuls of confidence to take into race 3 later on this afternoon. And the first person he'll properly speak to in a moment's time when he's ready is going to be Alex Garcia. There is the race-winning car, number 46 for Podium Motorsport. And as you mentioned, that I think is Rodin's first victory in the championship as well. And also as well, it's crucial points for Eichmann's and indeed for Thomas Strauven. Eichmann's yet to take his first victory of the year, but he's come close a couple of times now. Eichmann's now, that takes his podium tally to 6 this season. He's had now 5 second places. Surely for race 3, he might get a chance to do so. Right, let's take a word from our brand new race winner in Spanish F4. He's down with Alex Garcia. Nathan Tighe, victor in race number 2.
Nathan Tighe, first win in the Formula 4 Spanish Championship for you and for the team. What a day!
Yeah, I mean, great result. Started 4th, got a decent start, held my position, and yeah, car was amazing. I can't thank the team enough. They've done an amazing job all week, and it's nice to see how much hard we've put in, and it's finally paying off.
Is this a breakthrough win? Because we've seen some of your races starting from very, very far away positions, and you always had very good recovery races. Now you've shown what you can do when you're starting close to the top. So what is next?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we've had some great comeback races. We've gone from 15th to 4th, 15th to podium. So the fact that we're able to start at the front makes my life a lot easier. And yeah, I mean, it shows with the result we've just done.
Expectations for the third one?
We're a little bit further back, but you know, I'm good at my comeback. So let's see if we can do another.
And finally, Nathan, any words about a bet that you made for if you won the race this weekend? Anything that you have to say about that?
So yeah, with the F4 Spanish social media, we made a bit of a video, and there was a slight bet at the end that a certain clip would be put in if I had a certain result, and the result's been done, so the clip apparently has to go in.
Nathan, good job, mate. Congratulations. Enjoy it.
Thank you.
So as you can see, Scott, great scenes here in the Parc Fermé. Everyone's happy about this, and you'll see that in the social media, what we're talking about with Nathan Tighe, the newest Formula 4 Spanish Championship winner. Definitely one to remember.
Certainly was. I look forward to that on social media to see what that bet was. But even so, again, a brand new race winner. Some great racing involved. Ian Eichmann's, of course, second, and Thomas Strauven third. Lots of action going on in the mix. We're seeing a few highlights in the background. And again, another new race winner, another team taking a race victory. That's quite a statement, not just for Tighe winning, but for Podium Motorsport also winning as well. Shows they're capable of doing it. They're a top-class team, of course, from the having taken over, I think, mainly from what was Carlin Racing, really stepping up to Spanish F4. They're doing a grand job, and amazing stuff from them to put together a race-winning car for Nathan. And his talent's undeniable, as you talked about. We've seen him a few more times come through from deep in the field, pick up these great results, but finally that first break, not just a win, but the first time on the podium, at least this season, but a first win for him as well. And as I mentioned, that's going to give him so much confidence going into race 3 later on, depending on where he'll start. So he could potentially be another one to watch for going forwards into race number 3. The highlights of race number 2 happening here. You saw this is the initial battle between Ian Eichmann's and Nathan Tighe in the end. So the battle was also further back. We saw 22 there, which was Juan Cota battling with his teammate Rene Lammers. This is the side-by-side moment here when Eichmann's tried to reclaim the lead, and then we saw Eichmann's falling back into the clutches of Thomas Strauven. But it was this battle amongst everyone else scrapping amongst themselves that saw Nathan Tighe run away with it and take his and Podium Motorsport's first victory in Spanish F4 here in race 2 at Paul Ricard. The new race winner, Nathan Tighe, in F4 Spanish Championship. Hopefully for him, the first of many. So we're going to proceed shortly with the podium presentations, with the F4 Spanish Championship backdrop ready to go. And we'll have, of course, our top 3 plus a representative from the winning team to pick up their team trophy. I should mention there is a team's championship in this competition. Rodin are 6th at the moment, but that result will certainly help them no end. And going into this race, well, I can't see any updates from the Castellet races, but whilst we're waiting for the podium, a few more highlights from race 2 that you can see on the screen. And surprisingly, the first thing the drivers go to is to cool off with some water, because of course it's still very warm out there at Paul Ricard, currently showing a 26 degrees, 61% humidity. Humidity was in the 80s at the start of qualifying, some 81, but it's steadily come down by the end of the session, and temperatures has kind of just crept around 24 to 26 degrees. It's been a very warm and hot weekend, as you'd expect from a summer in the south of France at Paul Ricard. And of course, after this event, we've still got one more race to go later on this afternoon, but in terms of races left to go in the championship, this is our second and last kind of away round, because we also raced across the Iberian border to the Portimao circuit in Portugal. But for the rest of the year, we are back underway in Spain, and there's quite a big break, in fact, 3-month break practically, so it's a long summer break effectively until we get going once again on the 19th to the 21st of September at Jerez. Then it's the Circuit Ricardo Tormo in Cheste in Valencia, and then the season finale, hopefully for some sunshine, on the 14th or 16th of November, and that is at the Circuit de Barcelona Catalunya in Montmeló. And if it hasn't been decided by then, we will crown our 2025 F4 Spanish champion. At the moment, all signs are pointing so far to being Thomas Strauven, but he's on the podium at least. I think we're just waiting. I think some of them are realising, really, podium, trophies. And they're heading out there. First of all, our team representative from Rodin Motorsport. Good to have them on the podium for the first time. And, of course, we'll call them up in reverse order. So, first onto the podium in reverse order in 3rd place will come the championship leader, Thomas Strauven. It's not a victory, but again, it keeps up that long streak of podium finishes. 3rd place for Thomas, more valuable points. Onto the podium for his 2nd place finish.
Bueno, de eso se trata también, de liderar un campeonato, es una ventaja que tienes.
His 5th podium, 5th second place of the season. That win's got to come eventually for Ian Eichmans. But a landmark moment for both Rodin Motorsport and for this man, Nathan Tighe. A first victory in Spanish F4. I think that's his first car racing victory on top of that too. And what a way to do it. And he stands on the top step of the podium. And before we get to trophy presentations, we will hear the national anthem with the winning driver from the United Kingdom. Applause for the race winner. The national anthem of the United Kingdom for the race winner. And first of all, the trophy to be presented for our race winning team for the first time in Spanish F4, Rodin Motorsport. And they will certainly treasure that one to take home to their base in New Zealand. I'm sure they have a British base somewhere, I like to think. 2nd place, so 3rd place trophy, getting ahead of myself. Thomas Strauven, another piece of top 3, it's not quite silverware, but another trophy to take home for the collection for Thomas. 2nd place, a bit of a collection of 2nd places being put together here for Ian Eichmans. Surely that first win has to come. Maybe it comes later on this afternoon, if things work out his way. If he can hold on this time, it might be a victory. But we'll see what race 3 has to hold later on. But a moment, again, that Nathan Tighe will certainly remember for a very long time. He gets the handshake and the trophy goes up. A first victory for Nathan Tighe in F4 Spanish Championship. As far as I can tell, that is also his first victory in cars racing as well. So everyone gathers onto the top step of the podium together for the obligatory photographs. And as well, they're also going to just turn to make another photo. And once that's done, they are then going to, I think they're going to get a chance, to have some fun with the Fizz, or at least Nathan Tye is. Why not? It's your first race win. Why not celebrate it? And so as the Fizz goes flying, Nathan Tye quite rightly celebrates his first win in the Spanish F4 Championship. Hopefully for him and Rodium Motorsport, it is the first of many. As he celebrates, that concludes all our coverage for race 2 of the weekend for the Spanish F4 Championship. One more still to go later on this afternoon, so be sure to tune in later on. But from myself, Scott Woodward, and all of us here at Paul Ricard, thanks for watching as Nathan Tye celebrates. Can he do it again in race number 3? Will it be Thomas Straven, Ian Lightmans, or somebody else on the top step for our final race of the weekend here in the south of France at Circuit Paul Ricard? Find out then. Tune in later on for race 3. But until then, bye for now.